Hello, Brave Nation, and welcome to episode 41 of BraveHawk Talk. I'm John Gross, and as always, BraveHawk Talk is presented by Pepsi. Pepsi, that's what I like. A football season is here, and now you can get into the action. Make sure to join the Braves Club today so that you can purchase your season pass UNCP football at home on April 10th. So make sure to reach out to Jack Bull Slavin by emailing him at jack.slavin@uncp.edu for more information on how to get your season pass by joining the Braves Club. Today we are joined by two awesome guests, April Tankersley, a senior on the UNCP volleyball team, and Jen Smith, the Director of Fan Engagement here at UNCP Athletics. But we'll start with April. The senior has played a pivotal role in UNCP's 5-3 start to this 2021 season. But in addition to her success on the court, she is making an impact in the health sector as well as she trains for a career as a nurse. Let's listen in and welcome April Tankersley to BraveHawk Talk. April, first of all, thank you so much for joining me. I know that you're very busy between volleyball and your classes and clinicals. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to hop on the podcast.
Yeah, no problem.
We will start off with the volleyball side of things. It's been a really fun season to follow. Your team 3-3 on the year. What is this season? I know it's still early, but what has it been like so far for you?
It's been awesome. We've been working really well together. We've developed such a good culture so far. We've made a lot of progress from years past, and we have a lot of potential for this year. We could go really far.
Yeah, you bring up the C word, culture. That's something that Coach McGill brought up to me after a few matches ago. How has the culture changed heading into this season?
We've gotten on the same page. We've all agreed that we want to show out. We want to make a name for ourselves before we leave the PBC. So we've created such a positive culture by just working together and not giving up on our dream of going to the PBC tournament and getting a ring.
And one thing that has, I know, impressed a lot of people, and even Coach McGill talked about it too, just the fact that it seems like you as players and the leaders on this team have kind of taken it upon yourself to steer the ship in the right direction. A lot of times, whether it's a timeout and you break the huddle pretty quickly after 10-15 seconds, and then you're all regrouping on the floor just between points, really going over things and sorting it all out. Do you feel that's been the case, that you all as student athletes on this team have taken it upon yourself to elevate this program to the next level?
Yes, we absolutely have. It's definitely us as players that have helped us become as good as we are, but it also has a lot to do with our coaching, because they push us to be more independent and to push ourselves to be the best that we know we are. So it's a lot on ourselves as well as our coaches with their expectations of us. Was there a point that maybe back in the fall or in the summer where you were worried that this season would not happen? Yes, just because COVID, it has messed up a lot of things. It's ended a lot of seasons before they were supposed to end. So there was a little bit of worry for me that we weren't going to have a season, especially being a senior. That was really going to be upsetting for me if it was going to be canceled. So I'm glad we're able to play.
And what was this off season like in getting prepared for this unprecedented spring season?
It was a little crazy, a little questionable, just because we were going in every day, and some people would end up testing positive for COVID, so we'd only have half the team. But we were able to work with what we had, and we just didn't know if we were working towards actually getting to play in a season, but that didn't change our motivation and our determination to get better.
Do you feel that the delay in the start of the season and that potential, okay, we may not actually be playing, did that whole thing kind of make you appreciate volleyball more than you did before?
It absolutely did, just because, like I said, I'm a senior, and this is my last year playing collegiate volleyball. So it was a good thing for us to actually be able to play, and it definitely has made me appreciate volleyball a lot more, because I'm going to miss it once I'm done. So I know for myself personally, I'm going out there and I'm playing my heart out every day.
And we can certainly see that, those results showing off on the court. And I have to ask, there is any time that I watch UNCP play, and especially since I had Christina Chow on the broadcast with me, she coined the term 75, you and Bree Warren. Just so physical at the net. What's it like to be able to compete up front with her and just come up with, I think both of you are like top 3 in the country in blocks per set?
Oh, it's awesome. Bree's my girl because, I mean, our team knows it. I think other teams are starting to really notice it. Like, it's a wall when me and her are up there together. It's so, like, your adrenaline, it just goes through the roof because we get these blocks, like these amazing blocks, and it just pumps up everybody on the team. It pumps up the people on the court, on the bench. It's so fun to be playing. I can't even imagine how exciting it is to see the things that we do on the court from the visitors and people watching. It's just awesome. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely, and we look forward to the remainder of this season. Again, a lot of volleyball left to be played, but it's already been a very impressive season for your squad. So congrats on that. And I want to go back a bit into your past. Was volleyball the first sport that you played, or did you grow up playing some other sports as well?
I actually used to play lacrosse. I played lacrosse from 5th grade until my sophomore year of high school, and I didn't start playing volleyball until middle school. But once I got to high school, I realized that I wanted to pursue volleyball over lacrosse. So then I started playing club and started reaching out to different colleges, and that's how I ended up here.
What was it about volleyball that led you to playing it and then pursuing it at a higher level?
I think I was in love with volleyball more than lacrosse. Like, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love playing lacrosse. I miss it, but I just felt like I could do a lot better with playing volleyball.
Was there a point that you realized that you could seriously take this to the next level and that you were better than most of the players that you were playing with?
Yeah, once I started playing club and I was making these good teams, like the top level teams at the club that I played at, I was like, okay, like maybe I can really do this. And then with the coaches during club as well as my high school coach, they just really motivated me and they encouraged me to do it, and it worked out.
What was your recruitment process like?
I actually played at a volleyball tournament in Myrtle Beach, and then Coach McGill reached out to me to come for a visit, and I came for the camp and had phone calls with Coach Katie Roofer, and I just fell in love with the girls at the school, and I fell in love with the coaches, and I was like, I have to go there.
Did you intend, because I know now you are pursuing a career in nursing, was that something that you had planned on when you got to UNCP? Did that factor into your college decision at all?
A little bit, except I actually had come here for physical therapy, and then my biology teacher my freshman year was like, April, you can do more. Like, you should keep going. So then I changed my major, and I mean, UNCP has an amazing nursing program, so it was just a positive all around.
Yeah, so let's talk about that nursing program for a second, because I know that it is an absolute grind. If most college students out there think that they work hard, nursing students work at least twice as hard than that, and factor in the fact that you are a student athlete too. So could you give us a rundown of a typical day in the life of April Tankersley in season?
Well, you're right that it's a grind. I wake up every day, and I don't have classes except for on Wednesdays. So when I'm not in class, I wake up around 9, maybe 8 some days, and I start doing work for school. It's either listening to hour-long lectures and writing notes, or it's doing different assignments or taking practice tests. And then I go to volleyball practice, and then as soon as I'm done with volleyball practice, I go right back to doing schoolwork.
How do you find that balance to be successful in all of those things while also like being okay physically and mentally?
It takes a lot. It takes a lot of determination and pushing yourself because, I mean, it is hard. So I push myself every day. I have to use time management skills really well, because if I don't, then I'm going to lack in school, which is also going to portray into lacking in volleyball if I'm not getting sleep that I need. So it's a lot of holding myself accountable for the tasks that I have to do, because I don't want to let my team down with volleyball, and I don't want to let myself down or my parents or the people around me in school. So it's a lot of accountability and just the motivation and the drive to be successful.
Now, I believe you had missed the last couple of matches because you had clinicals, correct?
Yes.
So what is that like? How do you kind of negotiate those two side of things with the academic commitments and your role in the team?
Usually I'm able to work it out because my clinical instructors and the instructors in the nursing program are very well, like they're very lenient, and they work with me when I have games or if I have practices. And Coach McGill's also, she works with me very well when I have clinical. I've been able to work out with my instructors to be able to come in early to clinical so that I can leave early to make my games. And unfortunately, I did miss the last 2 games because they were away, and I would have had to miss 2 full days of clinical, and that just would have been really hard to make up. But it's been, like, it's a pretty easy process because both parties are very accepting of each other, and they both work with me.
Why did you want to pursue a career in nursing or medicine? I know you mentioned that there was that you had other plans as well, but still similar fields of going out and helping people. Why?
I've always been interested in the medical field since I was a child. Especially nursing, it is such a rewarding career because you're helping people when they need you the most. And being the person that I am, I have a very big heart for people. So just getting to help them and getting to help them be better in their health conditions, it's amazing to me. And I absolutely love it.
If anything has come out of the last year, I mean, at least from a positive side of things in my eyes, it's that people appreciate nurses more. I mean, I think a lot of times, unless you were actually in a hospital and being helped by a nurse, it might go under the radar how much they do and how important they are. But you're right, nursing is so important, and we're certainly thankful for you pursuing that career and for everyone who is a nurse. Now, do you have a specific avenue of nursing that you hope to pursue?
I mean, I would work in any area of nursing. I really enjoy med-surg and critical care, such as like a cardiac or a med-neuro ICU. But like I said, I love every aspect of it, so I would work anywhere.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you for that. And really, again, nurses, we can't thank them enough. As you mentioned, you are a senior, and your time at UNCP is starting to wind down. As you look ahead to your final few months at UNCP, what do you hope to accomplish?
I hope that we can accomplish a winning season. I hope that we can make it to the PBC tournament and just show out for ourselves. I want to pass all my classes and then graduate and pass the NCLEX and start working. And I just want to have fun, and I just want to enjoy it. I want to make every moment last.
Is there a memory as you kind of look back at your time at UNCP that stands out to you the most, that you'll cherish the most?
Honestly, just spending time with everybody, spending time with my teammates, spending time with my friends in the nursing program. There are some amazing people here, and I'm so glad that I've been able to meet them and develop relationships with all of them. I couldn't have made it through volleyball and nursing without those people.
Awesome. Well, April, thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate you hopping on the podcast, and best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you so much.
Thanks again to April for hopping on. We wish her the best of luck the rest of this season and as she pursues her career beyond UNCP as a nurse. Hey, Brave Nation, now is your chance to get behind our baseball and softball programs by supporting UNCP stadium renovation plans. These plans include a revamped baseball and softball stadium and will provide both programs with the facilities that they need to compete at the highest of levels. Show your support today by visiting uncpbraves.com/give. Well, over these final few weeks of the UNC Pembroke athletic season, there is still a lot going on. And to break down some exciting things that are coming up right around the corner, we welcome in UNCP Director of Fan Engagement, Jen Smith. Jen, you are in rare air, all right? You are one of few repeat guests, so I appreciate you coming on the show today.
Anytime. Happy to be here.
A lot to talk about, a lot going on in the world of UNC Pembroke athletics, and really three main things we want to talk about today.
Yep.
But we'll start with tickets. Very exciting news that we are allowing limited capacity, limited outside fans at our events. Let's start just with the general process. How would somebody go about purchasing tickets to attend a sporting event?
So, what you would do for let's just go with football,
right?
For example, that's going to be the most popular one probably. So for football, for regular fans, regular community, whatever, they would need to join the Braves Club in order to purchase season tickets. So you can do that. You can contact Bull Slavin. His email is jack.slavin@uncp.edu. Send him an email. He'll help you through it on the back end and get you squared away. For UNCP students, every football ticket will be free if you do so through the Brave Nation mobile app. There will be 600 student tickets available starting Monday, March 29th. You will be able to go in, claim your ticket. The process for that, you will open the app, click on the event, hit RSVP. Then later in the week, you will have 24 hours to claim that ticket. Easy. That's it. That's the whole process. The biggest thing to keep in mind is that in order to RSVP, you have to have your banner ID and your student email, which will be your bravemail.uncp.edu email. Have those in your profile in order for the RSVP function to work. And obviously, if there's any issues, whatever, contact me, contact Bull. We'll help you as best as we can for sure.
And if I remember correctly, there is a video that we posted on social media,
Correct.
Right? That shows the step-by-step. Where can people find that video?
That video can be found on Twitter at UNCP_sports. Since the first time we rolled that out, it was for the initial home opener football game, so we might repost that again to keep it higher up on the so you don't have to scroll too far. But it's just a screen recording, step by step. Sounds complicated, 3 words, but it's easy as can be. Yeah. And
I guess while we're at it, because it does involve the Brave Nation app, let's give a little bit of a plug to the Brave Nation app. What are some benefits that students can get by downloading and utilizing the Brave Nation app?
So the Brave Nation app is free to download, Google Play, App Store. Has every home athletic event and every home campus event. Now, obviously, if we have conference championships or Orlando's from track and field going to NCAAs for Birmingham, those will also be added onto the schedule just to give them a plug. Hey, don't forget, but you cannot check in to an away event. For the most part, we try to put away events on there. Home events, you can check in. Football will be 10 points. Between 5-10 points in that range, check in. You get those points. Since we're, 21st century here, right. Scan the QR code, of course. Check in, boom, done. You can, once you get those points, you can use them on prizes that we have, different stuff. You can get some cool gear that some sports have, given away since they have leftovers. Little lanyards, you name it, we'll probably have it. Don't want to put myself on the spot too much.
So basically, there's a lot you can do with the Brave Nation app.
Yep.
If you're a student, that's where you can check in for games, whether it's on a broadcast or in person. Or now, if you want to get tickets to an event, you need to do it through the app, correct?
If you are a UNCP student, the hashtag Brave Nation app will be your best friend.
And as Jen said before, it's available both in the Apple App Store and, as I always love to say on the broadcast, for my fellow Android users, it's also in the Google Play Store. So I appreciate the fact that you cater to my demographic of Android users.
Look, we love all kinds of phones here at UNCP, John. All kinds. Whether it's a blue tux or a green tux, you're going to be able to get the Brave Nation app, yes.
Right. So make sure to go download that Brave Nation app. Again, ticket information we have it available on our website as well, social media, but Jen ran through it too. So make sure to come on out and look into that. A lot of great sporting events coming up in these last few months of this academic year. One of those great sporting events is the softball second annual Autism Awareness Day Games.
Yes, always a fun time. Super excited to bring this one back. Last year was the first time we did it. Usually they have a cancer series. Bull and I spoke with the coaching staff last year beforehand. Really, autism is something that means a lot to that team. So we were like, okay, what can we do? Let's try just not switching out, obviously, not to, whatever. But we took that. We used autism series in place of cancer last year. Went over really well. First time it happened. So we're like, okay, went well. Why not bring it back? So here we are. The special jerseys from last year that I think I actually kind of stole the thunder on last year when I went on to talk to you about that in the game. Sorry to the team for spoiling that. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, special jerseys will probably still be worn this year. White jersey, Braves across the chest. The Braves will be filled in with puzzle pieces. Super cool. But since their stadium is a little kind of on the smaller end of our campuses, those home softball games are still going to be closed to the public. Only going to be a player pass list for right now. So for this autism series, fans can still watch the games on uncpbraves.com/live. We're still going to be partnering with the Autism Society of North Carolina. Super excited to keep working with them. They're phenomenal, and the things they do for that community need to be highlighted more, in my opinion. So whatever we can do to help this community is phenomenal. But we're super excited to be working with them again this year. And the highly sought after replica shirts from last year are coming back. Since we can't have fans at softball, we're going to be auctioning those off on the softball Twitter account during the game. So UNCP_softball. Go ahead, bookmark it. If you're not already following it, you need to.
Right.
But
follow all of our social media platforms.
All of them, really, because they're all great, in my opinion. But go ahead and make sure you're following UNCP_softball on Twitter for that. And we'll be able to rock and roll from there. Yeah, super excited for that one.
Yeah, and you mentioned that you're working with the Autism Society of North Carolina.
Correct.
What has that process been like? Did you worked with them a bit last year too, right?
We worked with them a bit last year. Yes, back and forth with the shirts and but now since fans cannot come, since they cannot come into given the capacity, we're able to work with them more since it is only going to be like a broadcast basically. So super excited about that, and that it's going to be like there's more of a back and forth kind of thing. We're hoping to get some small things that the team can do to help interact with this community more before the game. Still trying to work out some scheduling things on that, but this is a great opportunity to really get to know the people who work there and build that relationship so that this series can continue, so that next year maybe some of them in that community can come down, watch the game. Who knows? Yeah,
and it really is just such a great way to build awareness and support. And we look forward to this year's Autism Awareness Day games. And when are those games?
Yes, that is going to be Wednesday, March 31st against Francis Marion.
So big rivalry.
Big rivalry.
Big rivalry. And that is Wednesday the 31st. Yep. Wednesday, March 31st. So make sure to tune in for that. Again, Jen said it. uncpbraves.com/live to check out the action. We're excited for that. And big thanks to you for all the work that you've done in putting that together.
Of course. Not a problem. Not a problem.
So, Jen, we will move on to our third topic now, because yes, there's a lot going on.
John.
And this next one is a couple weeks away, but I think it's important to get on everyone's radar.
Absolutely.
And that is the April 10th football game, 6 p.m. kickoff against Concord, and it is slated to be our social media night game. Jen, what, and I know things are still being worked out, but what will that game look like?
Through your phone. No, I'm kidding. It's going to be social media night, obviously, so we're going to be rocking and rolling on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok. Yes, TikTok. We're still, yeah, we have a TikTok account, guys. You should go follow that.
At UNCP_sports.
Yes, if you're ever in doubt of what our username is, just guess that, and you'll probably be right 100% of the time.
Right.
Yeah. So we're doing that. Lots of fun stuff. But I mean, this is, like John said, first home football game, and I'm not doing that quick math, but over a year and a half. Since November of 2019. Yeah. So no pressure. But no, I'm kidding on that as well. But it's going to be a fun night. There's a couple of in-game things that we're doing that I'm sure people have seen across ESPN. I'm not giving it away. I'm sure you've seen it. Lots of fun little things to do, but yes, make sure all of your devices are charged for that game. Right. I'll put it that way. Yeah. It'll be very interactive. It'll be very interactive. Okay. Yes, and it's not something you're not already used to, since you're already on Twitter. Right. You're already on, you already have the apps downloaded. We're just, making it you're just gonna be, using them more. Right. During the game. Gonna be beefing up that presence. Right. And let's keep in mind too that the UNCP football team, we should give them a big shout out. A phenomenal start to the season, and I know Brave Nation very excited to finally get a chance to watch them in person. We've seen them on the road these last few weeks, but for UNCP to finally come back home, that's going to be absolutely awesome. There's nothing like a home football game, John. Nothing. Especially in the spring. I've never experienced a home football game in the spring before. I've never, an actual real one. Obviously, Alabama, Penn State, they have their spring game. But, that's essentially a scrimmage. Right. And I mean that in all respect to my Tuscaloosa people watching this. It's a scrimmage. Right. It's not, this thing's for real. This is real. For real. And UNCP playing great football right now, and we're excited for the season to continue. So, anything else on social media night? That's pretty much it. Speaking of, I'm just going to add this in. There are some slowly forthcoming, some new gifts to keep an eye out on our Instagram stories. May or may not have some new ones for the football game. Yeah. Maybe. If you want to, highlight the sport. I didn't say that. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, so we have everything under the radar we're thinking of, and we're planning accordingly for social media night. So the best way for Brave Nation to stay in tune and up to date with everything is visiting our website and following us on social media, right? Yes. Okay. Yes. So step one, follow us on social media at UNCP_sports. Since then, you'll already be okay. Now I'm in the vibe of, social media now. You get what I'm saying? Yes. See? There you go. And our website, uncpbraves.com. You put that all together, and you are in the know. You are ready to go, and ready to support your Braves. And Jen, make sure you have a charger. Yes, make sure that you have a charger. Jen, is there anything else you'd like to add? No. I say it all the time whenever I go on a broadcast with you, John. I think, I'm just really happy to finally see our student athletes playing again. Mm-hmm. Football will finally be back at home, but across the board, having basically a whole year, like for volleyball, they're playing at home. This won't be published today, but they're playing at home tonight. For them to go a full year without even playing. It's just, to see all them, the hard work they put in over a course of an off-season that is not a normal off-season. No. To see them finally back out here doing what they love to do, and seeing them compete at the level in which they've always wanted to compete at since they were probably a kid. That's what gives me joy, is seeing them compete. So whether it's tickets, whether it's social media night, autism awareness, whatever it is, whatever we can do to give them the championship experience that they deserve, that our fans deserve, that anyone watching deserves, is Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Absolutely. They're playing and they're winning and they're having fun out there while doing it. So, Jen, thank you for all of your efforts and putting all of these awesome events together. We look forward to these events, and I appreciate you coming to the podcast today.
Always fun, John. Always fun.
Thanks so much for tuning in. A reminder to follow us on all of our social media platforms at UNCP_sports and subscribe on YouTube. We'll be back next week. Have a great rest of your week, and remember to mask up.